Welcome back, man. All Media Entertainment, baby. It's your host here, man. 420 Sib. Today, I got a special, very special guest, man. The one and only, the infamous celebrity Bodyguard, man. Big homie CC. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. Shout out to my boy 420C for having me again. We back at it.
Yes, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How life treating you?
Man, I'm out here in Cleveland in my second home and it treating me real good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm happy.
That's good. That's good, my brother. Okay, so big homie,
What up, bro?
who was your very first corporate client?
My big first corporate client was a guy named David Strauss from OPI Nail Polish.
Oh, wow. OPI nail polish?
Yep.
Is that a kind of high profile status client?
Yeah, OPI is the biggest nail polish company in the world.
So how was you able to get such a high profile client like that? That's for your first job in the field.
So basically, my body of work was so strong in Chicago. The best advertisement is word of mouth. You feel me? So once word spread, I got the call and I lived up to expectations for sure. Shout out David Strauss, his whole family, oh God.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So can you give me some of the most fun and exciting memories you had with this client, man? That was your first job?
Yeah, so basically, like all of the best restaurants in the world, private jets, everything exclusive and luxury. He showed me that. You feel me? Things about having financial literacy. He showed me that. You feel me? So like that's how I was able to get in a financial position I'm in right now because to be a good leader, you got to be a warrior first, and a good warrior have to follow orders.
True that. True that.
Yep.
How old were you at this time?
At this time, bro, I was 22 years old. I was a shorty. You feel me? I
Oh,
got
really?
two. I was a kid.
Oh, wow. And
It's
you was already getting life advice at that early age?
So basically, bro, it's always go the same way. They spend some time around me, and then they say, "Keith, you're a good man. You're not like most black guys. I'm gonna tell you everything I know." That's how it went down, just like that. The way you and I was able to connect, the same way, bro. And
Just being you.
shout out 420C. Let me give bro his flowers. At the end of the day,
I appreciate it, my nigga.
our initial conversation started because I seen management telling him some shit, and he was like, "Man, all this really necessary?" You feel? So I had to call him. Once I called him, he said, "Oh, I know that voice from anywhere." You feel me? And we was able to lock in from there for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate the time, my nigga.
Podcast, you know what I'm saying? But I want to make sure that people are able to grow with me along this path. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to pass the ball. If not, you just like every other sucker nigga who got to a position and ain't show nobody no love.
Mm. I feel that. I feel that. Okay, so have you pretty much bodyguarded for every public figure?
Lady Gaga, Lord John, Will I Am, Paris Hilton, Iman Shumpert, Teyana Taylor, Evander Holyfield, Lil B the Bass God, Chuchi Flacco, you name it, bro. I done been there. You know what I'm saying? Rocky Fresh, several, Brittany Ireland, several Ford models, several NBA players, several NFL players, all the whole 9 yards, bro. You know what I'm saying? My body of work is official. It's stamped. I can send you my receipts. As a matter of fact, I'll make sure you get that so you can air that as well. I will never invent or embellish. I'm only here to bring the truth, and that's all.
I feel you. I feel you on that. You said Lady Gaga, bro?
Yeah, I was with Lady Gaga, bro. You feel me? So, that whole situation with her dogs getting stole, you feel me? I got that phone call as well, you feel me? So, I had a hand in all of that getting handled. I'm somebody I'll fix it, you feel me? So, you know, you know how this shit go, bro. Like just standing on business, man. Like, it's light for me, it's light for you. We know each other, but for other people, it can sound amazing. But it's my life.
Right. True. All right, BA. So let me ask you this, bro. Did you have to take any special type of defense combat classes?
Yeah. I took boxing. My hands is registered weapons. So I took
Mm.
Krav Maga. I took several hours of firearms training when it comes to pistols, pistol handling, building and disarming people. When it comes to rifles, shotguns, door breaching, room clearing drills, aggressive driving school, all of that. You know what I mean? I got all that in my toolbox for sure.
That's a lot of classes to have under your belt.
Yeah, these are things that I was able to accrue over my 17 years in the business. Nothing happened overnight. You know, um, there's no such thing as tough. It's either trained or untrained, and I'm trained in everything dangerous for sure.
True, true. I feel that. I feel that. All right, BH. So, can you walk us through every day to day life? What does a everyday life consist of with a celebrity bodyguard in the field?
Right. So, I'm on 24-hour call with a couple clients. So, if my phone is to ring, I got to stop everything I'm doing. I got to go to the nearest private airport. They're going to have probably a 6 or 7 seater plane ready for me and my team, and we got to go. So, for me, it's just always staying prepared, being on high alert, situational awareness is always raised, and just prepared to travel and demonstrate whenever my phone rings.
That's what's up, man.
For sure, bro. I got all the skill. I got my 10,000 hours put in. You feel me? Conceal carry in 32 states. That's why I'm glad Trump is going to pass that conceal carry reciprocity law so that I'm able to travel with my firearms without being hassled. Bro, like it's no call that's going to come through my phone. I don't have the logistics and the wherewithal to handle.
I like that. I like that.
Sure,
I
brother.
like that. So, so you have bodyguarded for billionaires.
Yeah. I've been a billionaire's role. I call it the private sector. I've been on the yachts. I've been on the jets. I've been there. I know what it takes to get there. And some of those same people are the people who told me, "Look, you know what you know. You got our full permission to go and expound on what you know, and go accomplish your task for sure." Because it's like call the country and somebody got to get retrieved. I got to depend on very important people to prevent an international incident because
Right.
throughout the Biden administration, we've seen 12 U.S. embassies get overran and shut down. So if I to a company to a country and the embassy shut down, I got to depend on people in high positions to get me out of there if I need it.
That's right.
So, bro, this shit.
Wow. Man, this is crazy. Um. Okay, BH. Let me ask you a question.
All right,
Basically, and I'm gonna try to explain the best way I can. On the outside looking in for a person in your field, right? Say a client offers you a premium price for their safety and their protection, right?
right,
Does that mean that client safety is more at high risk, or do some clients just take precautions?
right. So, you ever heard the term "you get what you pay for"?
Yes, sir.
So, that directly lines up parallel to what you just asked me. So, I automatically know before I take a job, we got to do a threat assessment. A threat assessment is a process we go through to make sure we're able to properly mitigate the risk. Like some jobs I get offered, I just don't have the resources to take or be able to handle. So if I can't keep you safe, I'm not going to take the job. So I know that the higher the premium they being offered, I know the higher level of danger. Definitely,
Mm.
definitely.
So that's a okay, okay, okay. I feel, I feel. Cool, cool, cool. Does that happen often? A lot?
It didn't happen often at first, but over like the last 4 years, so once my
Right.
body proven and solidified in the industry, and people knew I was somebody who could be trusted. Yeah, it happens all the time now. Definitely, every day I get a call that's we would call a high risk job. Thus, my need for my catastrophic life insurance policy. So, doing my job, I can't get the normal life insurance that the average person can get. I have to
Mm.
have a catastrophic policy in case of I receive a incapacitating injury, stuff like that.
Right.
It get dangerous. So, for me to be on 24-hour call, I got to be properly compensated. Definitely.
Let me ask you this: do you get the proper rest?
Here's the thing with that, bro. So I have an offset schedule. So every day I stay up till 10 a.m. and I sleep till 3 p.m.
Mm.
Right. So any time between there, sometimes my body will get to the point where I have to start shutting down, and I got to put things on pause. So when you and I were supposed to do this interview 11 hours ago, thank God I communicated with you and you patient, because if not, we wouldn't be able to get it done. So I was asleep during the original time we were supposed to do it. So by the time,
I told my co-producer that shit.
yeah, so once I was able to recharge and bounce back up, I called you right away. Like, look, bro, I'm back now. You feel me? And I'm out of town. I'm out here in Cleveland, my second home. So I just got done with a podcast, and I'm using their facilities right now to get this done.
Oh damn, that's love, yeah.
I respect you, bro. I fuck with you, bro. I got some shit lined up for you too. Be on point.
Oh, I'm always on point and on standby for you, my boy. You already know. I appreciate that, man. Hats off to you, bro, for real.
Big salute, bro.
Damn, that's crazy. All right, BA. So let me kick a scenario to you real quick, okay?
All right.
Okay, say you have a client that loves their freedom.
Yeah.
Walking the dog, might want to go to the grocery store on their own. How do you balance keeping them safe with them wanting their freedom and that may jeopardize their safety?
It's just as simple. If you hire me to keep you safe, you do what I tell you to do, or you
Right.
die. Period. And if you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm going to refund you your money and I'm going to leave, because for me to properly mitigate risk, I have to know that we have a partnership here. I'm not the person who's going to be going to get your coffee and taking your girlfriend to the store. So I'm the person that you call when you have an actual threat against your life. So you have to follow the orders I give you, otherwise you die.
Mm, dang. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Do you ever have to make a spare in the moment, quick thinking on your feet decision while in the field?
24/7. Part of this job is to be able to think on the fly. And when you operate in this level I operate, no situation remains the same. You must be able to adjust to any situation that comes your way. If not, you're not the top level. If not, the people that's paying you, they're not getting their money's worth. And in order to have your business continue to thrive, and people pass your contact to others, they have to be able to show them, like, look, everything that came this way, him and his team was able to adjust. If not, you're in the wrong business. Straight like that.
Mm, for sure, for sure. Have you ever bodyguarded for a client on a set of a show or a movie?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been on several movie sets. You feel me? I've seen several famous actors with a wife be there with their boyfriend on the set. So when they boil down to it, I'm doing all of these views and getting all of these opportunities. I'm going to go on big platforms because people know I know the truth, and yeah, they know I'm somebody whose word can be trusted. I'm not going to invent or embellish anything. And I didn't speak on nobody I did good business with. Point
Yes,
blank
sir.
period. And my initial interview that got me viral and got me here, nobody in that interview that I mentioned that I actually directly worked for. I just encountered them on my path. I'm just telling them my story from my perspective.
That's what's up.
Oh, brother.
Have you ever taken a job outside of the country?
Yeah, so last month I was down in the Yumbo area in Colombia on a retrieval to bring back a lady named Brittany Stackpole who had been missing 2 years. We was able to get her back home safely. So my passport got several stamps on it.
Mm,
I'm ready to go to the UK next week. I got Pierce Morgan. And I'm going to be going to Barbados after that to bring back somebody who's been reported missing. I did a threat assessment for that. So I'm in different countries all the time. Me and the team, we operate judiciously within the constraints of all law, and we just try to do our job the best we can. My job is to speak for the people with no voice, and that's what I'm doing. But I've definitely been in and out of the country, definitely several times.
that's what's up. That's what's up. Has someone ever hired you to guard something like an artifact? or diamonds or something?
So I never been hired to guard an artifact, but I have been hired to guard a guitar before. As a famous musician who has a guitar that's worth millions, I spent 12, 14-hour days just watching the guitar while he's not using the guitar. So sometimes I may get hired to protect an item, a person, a vehicle, a location, paintings, jewelry, you name it. I've been hired to keep it safe, definitely.
Wow. Okay, let me ask you. What is the highest level of security you've seen while working in the field?
Highest level of security I've seen is Jay Z. Jay Z had actual former Secret Service for him. You feel me? So they shut down whole streets. They shut down train cars. They shut down bus routes, all type of stuff like that, and they move in armored vehicles. The highest level of security I've definitely seen it for sure.
Wow. Hoes be shutting down cities, bro.
Well, they shut down city streets, man. They shut down the whole train system before. I seen it happen.
Wow. That's
Definitely.
crazy. Um, are there any perks or rewards that may come with you completing your assignment from your client?
Man, the perks is just like this. If I need to get to any restaurant reservations, I can get it. If I need a private plane, I can get it. If I need anything, I can send one text message and I can get it. So like that's not something I take for granted. It's not something I play about. Recently during the COVID era, I was on a cruise ship and they shut the cruise ship down because of a COVID outbreak. And a client of mine sent the helicopter to the cruise ship to pick me up to get me off that helicopter. That's a fact. Get me off that ship
Dang.
via helicopter. That's a fact.
Damn. That's crazy.
Real life, my boy.
Shit. Okay, BH. With the world being so advanced that it is today with technology, does that make the job of a bodyguard hard?
Technology actually shrinks the world down, so it makes my job a lot easier because without the onset of advanced technology, it's harder to get in contact with people. So, my other phone I have is a satellite phone. So, no matter where I'm at in the world, if there's no cell towers, having a satellite phone, I can still pick up the phone and make a call to anybody. So, the onset of advanced technology definitely is an aid, especially when you're doing reconnaissance and you want to stake out. You feel me? You got to go to wilderness areas. You got to go to places where typically getting a phone call is going to be hard to do. So, I always travel with a personal locator beacon because without that personal locator beacon, something happens to me and I'm offline and nobody can ever find me. So, technology definitely makes my job a lot easier.
Mm, that's crazy. So that's good to hear though, because this technology is being very advanced right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna send you some links to some shit so you can have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Do that. Do that. Do that, man.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Okay, BH. Top three most coolest down to earth clients you ever worked for, if you could speak on it.
So I'm gonna say Rihanna, very down to earth. She a hood baby, bro. She ratchet. Fuck with Rihanna.
Wow.
Tayana Taylor, she just the same shit. Even though they be beefing with each other, they be on the same type of time. And then I'll say Erica from Bad Girls Club. You feel me? Very down to
Mm.
earth, super cool. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah,
they make your job easier. So and you start getting into it with somebody, they taking shoes off ready to fight with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's love.
but do you think your charisma make the job, make them make help you make the job easier?
That's a good question. So, I do acknowledge that I'm a special person. I don't let it go to my head, but I know me being who I am makes my job a lot easier. I've seen other guys uh, and not have it as easy as myself. So that's a very good question. Shout out 420 you
Yes, yes.
questions I haven't been asked before outside my boy Filio. So yeah, for sure, bro. I know being who I am and my effect and how I move around definitely aids me on the path that I'm on. Definitely.
For sure. At the end of the day, man, it's just respect, bro.
And a good friendship got to be built on mutual respect, and we was able to build. You know, I cherish this for sure.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, man. All right, BX. So, are there any misunderstandings that the public may have with someone in your field for the simple fact that we're on the outside looking in that you
Yeah,
may want to discuss and
yeah.
clear up?
Black 100 and loose cannon. Like, they guys are clowns. They're not gangster at all. Every time I see them, they nice as fuck. They don't want no problems. And I'm going to send you some exclusive videos so you can put that on here so you can see me and the guys treating them like goofies, bro. Point blank, period. It ain't nobody alive, bro, who going to push up on me and do anything without dying in front of everybody. And
Mm,
that's so, like, I want to say this and make this very clear. Don't let the internet trick you out of losing your life and freedom. Because me, I know what I signed up for. I don't have no children. I never had no meaningful relationships with women. I'm not afraid of hell or jail. I knew what I signed up for, and I'm prepared to go to any of those places when it comes to protecting my brand or business. Straight like that.
mm. And I respect that. I respect that. That's real man shit. So I don't see. Let me ask you this: so has trolling turned into a job?
Say it again.
Has trolling turned into a job now?
See, that's the thing, bro. I don't troll, bro, but guys be trying to troll. Like, trolling is some fake shit. I don't know how to pretend. I'm not an actor. So if you start trolling me, you're gonna have to bump up with me. We gonna bump. We gonna have to see each other because I'm not out. I'm not trolling. When a lady called me and she got an active stalker, I can't troll him. I have to show up on full business because don't no stalker want a hard job. A
Mm-hmm.
stalker gotta know, like, damn, that big bald head motherfucker not playing. You feel me? Like, they have to know that shit. So, like, trolling has turned to a job for other people, but not for me. I don't troll. I only stand on business, and I will remove the facade off of you if you want to play games for them. And the footage gonna show you is gonna do that on the gas.
No, for sure, for sure. This part of my podcast, man, it's a certain segment. It's what I call getting to know BX. Okay, I'm just gonna ask you some questions, and you just give me the first answer come to your head. This nigga gotta, he gotta get right.
I'm ready.
All right, favorite movie of all time.
My favorite movie of all time is Man on Fire with Denzel Washington. I live by that
Mm,
movie.
I like that. I like that. Favorite thing to drink.
Favorite thing to drink is gonna be Goulet, Hennessy VSOP mixed with rosé champagne.
That was a little rhetorical, but the fans needed to. You know what I'm saying?
Goulet.
Y'all nigga turn up, man. All right, okay. Favorite thing to eat.
My favorite thing to eat is gonna be bacon and eggs.
Here's your Kool-Aid, sir. Here's your Kool-Aid.
Okay, okay.
Eggs, bro. I eat bacon and eggs every day. Or corned beef sandwich from 116th in Cleveland with cheese and mustard and the pickle on the side. Shout out Harvard Deli.
Okay, okay. I hear that shit. Favorite cereal of all time.
I'm lactose. I don't eat cereal. Never have.
Damn, we too much alike. Boy, I be in that bathroom going crazy.
When you text me earlier, I gotta take the Browns to the Super Bowl. I knew what you meant already. I knew what you meant, old bro Gray.
That's crazy.
Oh, let's go.
All right, BX. Favorite pair of shoes of all time.
Michael Jordan's retro sixes all day. No comparison. Than the real stepper shoes on bro.
The suede ones.
Suede all day. You know what's going on, Sim. Sim, you know what's going on. You know what's happening.
Yeah.
You know
Yes,
what's
sir.
happening.
Yes, sir.
Boy, 420 Sim in the building. Let's go.
All right, one more, bro.
All right.
Favorite city to visit.
My favorite city to visit, Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out to the
Let's
whole
go.
gas. That's where I'm at right now. My favorite things on Bro Grave.
Okay, okay.
I still ain't come deal with my boy C. We gotta move around.
Hey, man, just call, man. You already know I'm on standby for you, my boy. That phone stay open, man.
Yeah, got you.
Yes, sir. Okay, so, BH, man, I want to thank you for your time. Before we get out of here, my brother, do you want to tell these folks anything, how to reach you? Anybody want to shout out?
Man, I want to shout out 420 Sid for reaching out again, doubling back on your boy, having patience with me. Thank you, Black Man. Also want to say if you want to find me, reach me at big.cc. I respond to all DMs and messages. Find me on YouTube, Big CC. We working.
Yes, sir. We working. This man be busy, so be talking about some money.
You already know.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you hitting me up, man. I appreciate you responding and taking the time out, man. Thank you for enjoying and visiting my channel, bro.
We gotta do it again. One more point whenever you're ready.
Yes, sir.